Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Chuck Marting. This week I am traveling, and so I'm making the best that I can because I need to get another episode out to you all. So if the sound's off a little bit, you know why. It's because I'm traveling, but we're still making this podcast happen. There's a topic that I wanted to address and something I wanted to bring to you, and that was the topic of accountability. Now, in the dynamic world of leadership, accountability stands out as a pillar of success. It is the cornerstone of effective leadership that drives productivity, profitability, and the growth of self-managed companies. Now, on this episode of Language of Leadership, I want to dive into the invaluable insights of two esteemed and respected authors that I follow and do a lot with, and one of them you've heard me talk about quite a bit. The other one will probably be an introduction to him. But the two authors that I want to talk to you about today are David L. Cook. He's the author of the book Greatness and also The Art of Significance. And then, of course, Jack Canfield, who's the co-author of The Success Principles. Now, I believe that by embracing both of these authors' wisdom, we can discover how to magnify leadership and accountability and cultivate a team that thrives in self-managed environments. Now, David L. Cook, he emphasizes that accountability involves taking ownership of one's actions, decisions, and outcomes while also holding others responsible for their commitments and expectations. In his writings, he highlights the accountability fosters a culture of responsibility within a team where every individual is answerable for their own contributions. Now, when I think of magnifying accountability, and I think of Jack Canfield, he is a renowned expert in personal development and amplifying accountability with teams. And Jack is famous for emphasizing the significance of setting clear expectations, roles, and responsibilities. But by cultivating trust and leading by example, leaders can create an environment where team members feel empowered to hold themselves accountable. And Jack advocates that leaders must magnify accountability through open communication, transparent feedback, and fostering a culture of true ownership. Now, drawing from both David Cook and Jack Canfield's insights, I want to explore some practical strategies to foster accountability within teams. So first is promoting transparent communication. And when we think about that and able to implement that, we need to encourage open dialogue and create a safe space where your team members feel comfortable sharing concerns, providing feedback, and holding each other accountable constructively. Now, second, you have to set clear expectations. You have to define goals, responsibilities, performance matrix, ensuring every team member then understands their role and then the desired outcomes that you have. You have to have clear expectations and you have to lay the foundation for accountability. The third thing is empowering team members. Now, with that, you have to be able to delegate responsibilities and provide autonomy to team members, allowing them to make decisions and to take ownership of their work. And this is going to help empower individuals. It's going to help them to embrace accountability and also act as if they are self-managers. So creating autonomy, it has always fascinated me. So how do you do it? It's really not a topic that is really addressed or even discussed. And we may even come out with an episode that is just purely talking about that autonomy and how to create it. But I want to touch on it briefly because it is a powerful thing when you understand it. So I just want to share a little bit on it because I believe if you understand it, it can be game changing for you and your team that you're leading. So teaching autonomy to team members is a powerful leadership approach that fosters engagement, innovation, and also growth. You accomplish this in several different ways. This is what I have learned in teaching this. You have to lead by example. You have to be communicating your expectations, and you have to provide context and resources, but also delegate with trust by fostering a learning culture. And you have to celebrate both failures and learning opportunities. And you need to be able to recognize and empower initiative. And by doing this, you'll help inspire and encourage your team, and it'll encourage them to take action and make a meaningful difference. So remember, autonomy is not about relinquishing control entirely, but it's about fostering an environment where individuals have the freedom and support to make decisions and contribute their unique skills and perspectives. And that's what's really important, is that they have to feel and know that they're supported, so that they're more apt to make those decisions and those choices. Now, to cultivate a self-managed company that embodies accountability as a leader, you'll need to incorporate some elements. And I've got three that I want to share with you. The first is a shared vision and values. You have to engage team members in shaping the company's mission, goals, creating shared sense of purpose and commitment. So when team members feel connected to your company's vision, and accountability will naturally flourish. The second thing is you have to have performance matrix and evaluation. So you have to establish transparent performance matrix, and you have to regularly evaluate their progress towards any defined goals that you've set. You have to have regular assessments, though, to allow for any course corrections you have to make, and also enabling accountability at an individual and team level so that they feel that accountability. The third thing is an encouraging autonomy and innovation. So you have to foster an environment where team members are encouraged to take some calculated risks and think innovatively. So you have to empower them to take ownership and to own their work, and then be accountable for those decisions, fostering a culture of accountability and driven growth within your team. You know, both David L. Cook and Jack Canfield emphasize that personal development plays a pivotal role in enhancing leadership accountability. So leaders should engage in self-reflection, seek feedback from their team, and embrace a continuous learning environment. You can do this through workshops, books, or even online courses. As a leader, you need to refine your team's skills. They have to stay updated, and you have to evaluate their accountability as they lead by example when taking on certain tasks within your leadership. So leadership accountability, when magnified and nurtured, becomes the catalyst for productivity and profitability in self-managed companies. So by embracing what David L. Cook and Jack Canfield have taught, we've uncovered a lot of invaluable insight into fostering accountability within our teams. So by promoting transparent communication, setting clear goals and clear expectations, and empowering team members, you as a leader can develop a self-managed environment where accountability thrives. And personal development serves as the fuel to propel leaders towards greater accountability, and it enables them to inspire and guide their teams to success. So you got to remember, accountability is not about micromanaging or assigning blame. It's about empowering individuals to take ownership of their work and then learn from their experiences, but they're contributing to the team's success by doing this. So as a leader, you need to cultivate a culture of accountability that drives excellence, collaboration, and growth. This is how you're going to build accountability in a successful team. Um, I want to share a story with you when Under Armour, which is an incredible company, if you have time to, or I should say, make the time to read that story about Under Armour and their success. It'll boggle your mind how it started and where they're at this point. But when Under Armour they faced a significant challenge in 2017. Kevin Plank, he took swift action though to address it. You see, the company had experienced a decline in sales, and there were concerns about the brand losing its edge in its market share. And so Kevin took personal responsibility for the situation, and he acknowledged that there was a need for change, which was really important that he recognized and he saw that, and he took it on. And he publicly admitted that Under Armour had become too focused on chasing growth, and they lost sight of their core values and the innovative spirit that they had built at the beginning of this company. And he recognized that the company needed to refocus on its core mission and then reconnect with their customers or their clients. So to turn these things around, Kevin implemented a comprehensive restructuring plan that he made where he had to make tough decisions, and that included streamlining his operations, reducing his inventory, and investing in product innovations. And he emphasized the importance of creating meaningful products that athletes would love and that they would also believe in. And this was key. Um, he actively engaged with his employees and he gathered their input and their feedback on how to improve the company. He knew that it was going to take more than just his perspective and what he was seeing. He needed to gather that insight. And he fostered a culture of openness and transparency and encouraging employees to share their ideas so that they can contribute to the company's revitalization that he was trying to accomplish. Now, through this accountability process and in dedicating to revitalizing Under Armour, Kevin inspired his team to rise to the challenge, and the employees saw this commitment to change, and they were motivated to not only take ownership of their roles, but in reshaping the company's future. So, under Kevin's leadership, Under Armour implemented innovative marketing campaigns. There we go. That renewed Under Armour's focus on performance-driven products, and it rebuilt customer trust. And that was the key. The company successfully then regained its momentum, and then it had helped reestablish its position as a leading athletic brand, which was where they were wanting to be in the first place. So Kevin's story with Under Armour demonstrates how a leader and his accountability can ignite and motivate and give passion to a team. So by taking personal responsibility for a company's challenges and implementing the necessary changes and fostering a culture of transparency and collaboration, Kevin and his team, they rallied together and they overcame huge obstacles, but then they achieved a remarkable turnaround because of it. So this real life leadership example, it exemplifies the importance of leaders who embody accountability and they lead by example. That's going to create an environment where individuals are going to feel empowered to take on the ownership, and it's going to help them to work towards shared goals within the company. All right. So I know that this is kind of a shorter episode of the language of leadership, but I truly believe that we as leaders have the power to shape and mold the future of industries through our examples and our leadership. Accountability is a vital aspect of leading a team. By setting clear expectations and leading by example, fostering a culture of trust and establishing clear roles and responsibilities, but still providing support and resources by regularly communicating and providing feedback and encouraging accountability among peers on your team, you as a leader can create an environment that inspires ownership and responsibility with your team. So that's it for this week's episode of the Language of Leadership. So please share the show and email me with your suggestions on topics or guests that you would like to see on the show. I need people that you feel would have a message that will help today's leaders grow into exceptional leaders. And that's what this show is about. So be sure to email me at chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com. Again, that's chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com to help me continue to bring you topics of interest that are going to help you as a leader and help others to grow and gain that perspective that they need. So until next week, when we bring you another episode of the Language of Leadership, continue with your learning, continue with your progress, and know that you're not alone and that you have the strength and the commitment to be better than you were yesterday. So take care.